you know how to say large numbers in Brazilian Portuguese? If you don't but would like to learn, I invite you to join me. Olá pessoal, today's lesson was suggested by a dear subscriber. Thank you very much for your participation. Today you will learn how to say large numbers in Brazilian Portuguese. But how about a quick review first? I said a quick review. If you need complete lessons on numbers, links to the lessons are in the box below. So let's begin our quick review, and after that we move on to the large numbers. Repeat after me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Muito bem. Don't forget that the masculine-feminine gender agreement rule applies to the numbers 1 and 2 in Portuguese. Becomes uma. 2 becomes duas. Examples. I have one book. Eu tenho livro. I have one magazine. Eu tenho uma revista. I have 2 books. Eu tenho 2 livros. I have 2 magazines. Eu tenho 2 revistas. Now the numbers from 10 to 99. Repeat after me. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 or 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Starting with 20, 20, all you have to do is connect the tens and the units using and, e. So then we have 21, 22. But when speaking, this e often sounds like i. 21, 22. And we often link them. So repeat after me. 21, 22, 25, 29, 30, 33, 37, 40, 43, 49, 50. You are repeating after me, aren't you? 50, 54, 57, 60, 66, 68, 70, 71, 77, 80, 85, 89, 90, 92, 98, 99. Again, don't forget that the masculine-feminine gender agreement rule applies to the numbers and 2 in Portuguese. So, for example, that book has 21 chapters. Aquele livro tem 21 capítulos. Each chapter has 21 pages. Cada capítulo tem 21 páginas. That building has 42 apartments. Aquele prédio tem 42 apartamentos, in the masculine. But if I say 42 families live there, 42 famílias moram lá. Now let's review the numbers from 100 to 999. Repeat after me. 100, 200, 200, 300, 400, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. There are some important things you must know about the hundreds, but first, give the lesson a thumbs up. Well, write this down. 100 alone is 100. 100. But before a smaller number, 100 becomes cento. 101, 101. The hundreds are followed by E before a smaller number, yeah? So, 100, 101, repita. 105, 130, 133, 133, 150, 164, 171, 189. The hundreds from 200 to 900 agree in gender with the nouns they refer to. So from 200 to 900, meaning that 200 becomes 200, 300, 300, 400, 400, 900, 900. Examples. 200 men were invited to the party. 200 homens foram convidados para a festa. But if I say 200 women, 200 mulheres foram convidadas para a festa. 400 adults. 400 adultos foram convidados para a festa. 400 people. 400 pessoas. 400 pessoas foram convidadas para a festa. Moving on. Now, larger numbers. Well, here we have 1000. Don't say 1000. It's simply 1000. 1000. 2000. 3005. 4030. 5600. 6150. 7218. 8362. 9989. 10.000. 15.007. 26.040. 49.900. 83.720. 91.999. 315. 100.013. 100.013. 250.050. 530.700. 767.428. 999.999. Let's practice. Don't forget that some numbers agree in gender with the following nouns. Numbers 1 and 2, yes, and the hundreds starting from 200. So, 200, 300, 400. Well, so if I ask you, how many books have they sold? Quantos livros eles venderam? Eles venderam 1.352 livros. Now, how many pens have they sold? Quantas canetas eles venderam? Eles venderam 1.352 canetas. 1.352 canetas. How many emails has he received? Oh, wow! Ele recebeu 722.481 e-mails. Now, if I ask you how many stars has he counted? Stars, estrelas, feminine noun em português. Ele contou 722.481 estrelas. Ele contou 722.481 estrelas. Moving on. Oh, now we have millions, billions, trillions. It's important that you know that from now on, forget about gender agreement. Yes, there is no uma milhão. No, it will be milhão. 2 milhões. 3 milhões. 15 milhões. 100 milhões. 300 milhões. There is no 300. No, 300 milhões. 1 bilhão. 2 bilhões. 1 trilhão. 2 trilhões. When using milhão, bilhão, trilhão, we must use the preposition de. And remember, forget about gender agreement now. So, for example, 1 milhão de carros. 1 milhão de bicicletas. Yes, not uma milhão, não. 1 milhão de bicicletas. 2 bilhões de adultos. 2 bilhões de crianças. 1 trilhão de mosquitos. Oh, can you imagine? 1 trilhão de mosquitos. I can't. Wow. 1 trilhão de árvores. In the pinned comment, you'll find some large numbers for you to practice. Don't forget to share your answers with me. And if you want to keep improving, I recommend you watch that lesson or rewatch that lesson on numbers. Thank you very much for watching another lesson. See you next time. Até a próxima. 1 trilhão de mosquitos. I could have said anything else, like 1 trilhão de seguidores. Oh.